Why Iran secretly builds missiles. Ready for war in the heart of the Middle East, Iran has quietly but persistently developed a powerful missile program, one that rivals those of far larger and better-funded nations. Though often the subject of international scrutiny, the Islamic Republic's missile development is not simply about aggression. It's rooted in geopolitical strategy, asymmetric warfare doctrine, national defense, and regime survival. Here's a closer look at the reasons why Iran continues to build missiles in secrecy and what it means for the balance of power in the region. 1. Strategic deterrence in a hostile neighborhood. Iran is surrounded by U.S. military bases, hostile Arab states, and nuclear-armed Israel. With no functional air force or modern navy, Iran sees missile power as a key, cost-effective deterrent. Ballistic missiles offer Iran a way to counterbalance the air superiority of adversaries like Israel or the United States, without having to match them aircraft for aircraft. Missile power, deterrence. A well-placed missile strike can do what an airstrike might, without risking pilots or expensive aircraft. Defensive doctrine. Iranian leaders consistently describe their missile program as defensive in nature, aimed at deterring attacks rather than provoking them. Asymmetric warfare. The foundation of Iranian military thinking. Iran's military strategy is built on asymmetry. It can't compete with US or NATO militaries in conventional terms. Instead, it focuses on tools that leverage surprise, survivability, and scale, including drones, proxy militias, cyber capabilities, and, crucially, missiles. Mobile launchers and underground bases give Iran the ability to hide and deploy missiles unpredictably. Missile range improvements, some exceeding $2,000 km, allow Iran to target US bases in the Gulf, Israeli cities, and key infrastructure in rival Arab states. Lessons from history. The Iran-Iraq War. Iran's obsession with missile development can be traced back to the Iran 1980-1988 Iran-Iraq War, where Iraq's superior air power and use of ballistic missiles had devastating effects. Iran had no answer then, but it learned. In the decades that followed, Tehran made missile development a national priority. The War of the Cities, where Iraqi Scud missiles rained down on Iranian cities, shaped Iran's thinking for generations. Iran's retaliatory capabilities today reflect a determination to never again be helpless against superior firepower. Sanctions and isolation drive self-reliance. Western sanctions have cut off Iran from global arms markets. As a result, Iran invested heavily in domestic military R&D, particularly in its missile and drone industries. Despite the embargoes, Iran has built a diversified arsenal, including short and medium-range ballistic missiles, like the Fateh 110 and Shamab series, cruise missiles, like the Sumar and Hovizeh, precision-guided munitions, thanks to advances in satellite navigation and internal gyros power projection. Through proxies, Iran uses its missile and drone tech not just at home, but through proxy forces like Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Houthis in Yemen, and militias in Iraq and Syria. By supplying missiles and components to these groups, Iran extends its strategic depth while denying direct involvement. Hezbollah reportedly has 150,000 rockets, many with Iranian designs. Houthi rebels have used Iranian-designed drones and missiles to strike targets deep in Saudi Arabia and the UAE. This allows Iran to engage in plausible deniability warfare, hitting enemies without open confrontation, messaging to allies and adversaries alike. Each missile test is also a form of messaging, a show of strength not just to Israel, the US, or Saudi Arabia, but to Iran's own people and allies. It signals domestic resolve in the face of foreign pressure. Technological advancement, despite isolation, geopolitical relevance. In an unstable region, Iran wants to be seen as a regional power that cannot be bullied or ignored. In the event of war, particularly with Israel or the US, Iran knows it will face superior air forces and precision-guided munitions. Its goal is to survive the first wave, then respond with overwhelming missile barrages against key targets like air bases, naval ships, oil infrastructure, or even urban centers. Iran's missile swarm strategy involves launching dozens or hundreds of projectiles to overwhelm defenses like Israel's Iron Dome or US Patriot systems. Underground missile cities allow Iran to absorb first strikes and retaliate quickly and effectively. Iran's secret missile development is not just about aggression. It's a core pillar of its national defense, political signaling, and regional influence. With few allies and many enemies, Tehran sees missile power as essential to its survival and sovereignty.